Yeah, that's right. You're tuning in to the More For Me and You podcast. That's real interviews, real movie reviews, real people, real journeys. If you real, lock in. I've been working all night, early in the morning. If you hustle high, hustle, you can never waste a moment. That's more for me and you. 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 Let's go.
Welcome back to the More For Me and You podcast, brought to you by the good old friendly streamer, Mometu. And today we have a very exciting guest. I talk to him all the time on TikTok, the Tickety Talk, and sometimes on Instagram. But you know him as Director Patrick. I know him as Patrick Guera. Welcome to the podcast studio, my friend.
Thanks for having me, Bri.
Absolutely. No, we've met virtually. And
As most do these days.
Yeah, like most do. And it's weird meeting in person for the first time. I just met you like half an hour ago, and it was just so weird seeing him. Like, it's almost like an out-of-body experience, but like the other way around.
Yeah. But I think with TikTok especially, and what it's done to the social media game in general, is it's put a face on everything. I was big on, not big on Twitter, but like Twitter was the only place I really had a presence pre-TikTok. Instagram was pretty much non-existent at the time for me. But once people started to see my face and hear my ideas coming out of my mouth, a familiarity happens.
For sure.
And then you start meeting those people. Like I was at Monster Palooza in LA a couple of weeks ago, and it was like people were coming up to me like, "You're Director Patrick." And I was like, that's never happened in my life.
Yeah, it's a cool feeling though.
Yeah, but then they're like, "Oh, and you talked about that one thing." And like, it's just better. It's so much more, it holds you like accountable. And I think that counts for something. And then you keep bumping into other people on TikTok who I'm watching your videos on TikTok. I'm watching clips from the show, and I'm like, yeah, these guys are all right.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's not even a thing about like, oh, look at me, someone knows who I am. It's more of like, that's so cool that my content resonates with someone.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad that I can impact, even if it's just one person, like I'm glad I could impact that one person. But you're doing some phenomenal stuff, and I can't wait to talk about that later in the show.
Please.
But as we kind of start this podcast, I like to start it a little differently than most, because a lot of other places just talk about like kind of what you're doing now and all the exciting stuff that kind of like, you know, where like how did this person or what is this person doing now? But like I like to go back and talk about what did this person do to get there.
Yes.
And I like to talk about people's journeys. So if you can walk me back a little bit into your past, like where are you from? Who are you? Like, what kind of kid were you growing up? And we can kind of get into some more stuff from there.
I was a kid from a lower class background, and that's just what it was. We were on welfare. I had family members buying me clothes for school, so I set up with that because I think I want anyone out there to hear like where my journey is going, because it's still going. I've not even sniffed the finish line, but I started with nothing. And so I want people to know that right away, because a lot of times I think you think you're stuck in a certain lot in life and that's where you're going to stay.
Yeah.
That's not the truth. And the truth is I just kind of kept following this little itch in the back of my head to like try something out. But when I was a kid, being a filmmaker, that was not a dream. It was just something I observed as an outside observer. I was like, that's cool. What Steven Spielberg does, that's cool. I never thought that I'd even try that stuff. It was not in my head as a kid growing up. So you ride your bikes, you run around, till well past the sun goes down, and just live life and just had a lot of experiences. And that's what early life was.
Yeah.
And then in college, and again, being somebody from a low income background, I was going to community college. I was paying my own way through. My parents couldn't help me. And I found out about a program that I could go for my community college and tag into San Diego State.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, well, that would be cool.
Go Aztecs.
Yeah, go Aztecs. Fight, right? And I was just like, well, it'd be cool to graduate from a college, like from a 4-year college. I go, what do I got to do? And they go, you got to pick something and then do these amount of classes and pass them, and we'll get you over there. So I was like, cool. What the hell do I want to do? I had no idea. I had no dream.
Most college kids don't.
I really didn't. But I was like, I like movies. Those are cool. I was a rapper at the time.
Let's go.
With my friends, and we were just having fun being creative people.
Can we find this online somewhere?
I wish. Not enough of it's online, unfortunately. And it's all kind of lost to time, unfortunately. But I would just grab my friend's brother's camera and just film the stuff we were doing. No intention. I'm not a filmmaker, nothing. We were just documenting the fun we were having.
Yeah.
And then at that time, my buddy was like, hey, this is fun. So just shoot my little commercial for my next album that's coming out. I was like, yeah, fine, whatever. We just did it.
It'd be a fun time. Yeah,
we just did it.
Friends being friends.
We shot it. His brother edited it. We said, oh, try that, try this, try that. And I used that as part of my portfolio to show the SDSU film program.
Yeah.
And they were like, you're in, your grades are good, you're in. They didn't even care about the video. And, this is how it went. Then I end up at San Diego State with no pretense. I'm not like, I'm going to be a director. I'm going to be this great filmmaker. I was just like, I'm going to learn because I don't know anything about how to make a movie at all.
Well, previously you didn't even know what you wanted to go to school for.
No.
So how could you know at that point?
I knew nothing about nothing. And so I go into San Diego State and I just start learning. And I go, lights are scary. It's scary to use lights. I remember that very specifically. And I remember the other thing specifically was I don't want to write. And I think now I understand why. I think I have a touch of dyslexia and it's tricky. I didn't understand that screenwriting would actually be great for someone with dyslexia because it's all about white space and it's all about like not having to make dense text. Actually, it's about being super efficient with your words. And so those were the two things I was like, I need to avoid lights and writing. So whatever else. And then it was finding my team, finding people I liked working with, just period. And I found that when we were in these little groups, everyone was so fixated on like the camera because they just wanted to play. We were shooting on film. And so everyone was so fixated with that. Nobody was doing the shot lists and nobody was like really helping the actors out. And so I was like, I know how to do a shot list. That's fine. Like they taught us how to do it and it clicked with my brain to organize how we're going to execute the day's work. And so I was doing the shot lists and I was talking with the actors right before we rolled because everybody's like swarming around the camera because they really want to play with the camera.
Yeah, and you're like, I want to do something that no one else is doing. Like,
yeah.
What can I learn that I can be like my own thing?
Yeah. And so I was like, I'm gravitating towards these things. And so those things turned into directing. And at the end of the year, we had like a final project pitch. And my pitch won out of like 3 of the pitches won out of the whole class. And mine was one of them. And immediately 2 guys that I really respected were like, I want to work on your film with you. And
So cool.
I was like, what? Am I directing all of a sudden? Like when I say I fell ass backwards into directing, that's how it happened.
That's so cool. That's such a fun story. Speaking of San Diego, first of all, just because it comes to mind.
Please.
I went to school in San Diego too. So
yeah.
Yogurt Mill. Did you ever go to Yogurt Mill?
Where's that?
It's right off the 8. There's a massive. It's like it literally looks like the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yes, I know exactly.
But like you go to Yogurt.
I've never been there, but I know. I've driven by
that place. Is like a line out the door all the time, like 30-minute wait just to get yogurt.
I'm not the biggest yogurt guy.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, look at me.
It's closer to San Diego State than Point Loma, so I was like, oh, maybe I've been there.
I probably spent more time near Point Loma just because the cooler climates call me. Out east, it's hot and balmy. That's actually where I live. I live on the east side of San Diego, and it's hot and balmy, and I'm not a fan of that. So when I was young, I was spending all my time as west as I could be because I'll never be able to afford to live there. So I might as well just like hang out there.
And we were so spoiled living on the ocean.
Right.
Because literally Point Loma is like on the ocean.
Yes.
My soccer field that I played on, I watched the sunset on the ocean every single night after practice.
Yeah.
It was the best 4 years of my life.
San Diego coastline is hard to beat. And I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah. But so sorry to sidetrack there, but
we'll talk about yogurt all day long.
Yogurt? We're not talking about Spaceballs. So speaking of movies though, you fell in love with movies.
Yes.
Did you fall in love with movies when was that time before you even got to San Diego State?
Well before.
Okay.
And I was, and like I mentioned, I think it was my older siblings.
Okay.
There's a pretty big gap. Like my next oldest brother's 12 years older than me.
Yeah.
And then I have 2 more siblings older than that. So they were already kind of well established. They were like late teens when I was growing up, and they were way into movies. And like my next oldest brother had like a Freddy Krueger glove that he made out of like a garden glove, and like
so cool.
Yes. And my oldest brother would take us to movies all the time. And the whole 3 of them they almost spoke in movie language. And now you've talked to so many people like that, where it's like they're almost always just quoting a movie or saying something about a movie. And it's like, I just remember my sister always going, they're all going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you. I don't even know what she was talking about. She was talking about Carrie, which is one of the sickest, like, you know, movies around. But these are the things that they were embedded in. And so they just rubbed off on me. And my dad liked watching movies. He wasn't a big movie theater guy, but he'd sit and watch John Wayne movies, World War II movies, Westerns, gritty action thrillers and revenge thrillers. And we'll talk about that later.
Which, by the way, we have a lot of those on Mometu. So
I
if you're into
noticed.
Westerns, go check out Mometu.
I noticed, and I was like, well, this works out great. And that'll come back around when we get to that part.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's where it really started for me. And, but I just loved them. I was just a fan. I was just somebody who just liked watching them. I never, again, like earlier, I never equated myself with doing them. But when, I would say maybe about 10 years back, I was in a real funk. I was in a real low in my life. It just happens. I think like once guys turn 30, they start going, what the hell am I even doing with my life? And I was worried that I had picked a career that maybe wasn't going to work out for me because I was like, I don't have the obsession that I notice in so many artists. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, fool, you're obsessed with movies. You talk about movies, you go to movies, that's your obsession. You can do it. You know, and like I think everybody out there can relate to that in some way, shape, or form. Whatever it is, whatever that thing is that you're into, you can, you know, I hate to say commodify that, but you can turn that into your life's work.
Well, especially now with social media. I mean,
yes.
There's a girl that I just saw, like, I don't know, popped up on my feed that hit 3 million followers, and she jump ropes.
Yes.
Like, she does like competitive jump roping, and she just got really, 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 really good at it. I mean, the stuff she was doing is incredible. It's like almost like she was the yo-yo, and you just see the strings going around like flipping. It's like, it doesn't matter what you're into and how, like, if you're really good at something and you know a lot about that niche, I mean, you could really grow a following, and you have no idea. Even those guys at SB Mowing, you know, they just go mow people's lawns for free. Yeah. Such a cool thing. Like, they're just doing it for free, but they know that they can film that content, put it up on TikTok, and it's like ASMR listening to a lawnmower. And people literally watch. I mean, I literally will sit there and watch a 3-minute video of him just mowing someone's lawn.
My ass is sitting there watching people clean muddy ass rugs. Yeah. I will sit there and watch, and it's like a 10-minute video. It's not even a short video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yep.
It's ASMR, dude.
Keep it going.
That's all it is.
Clean that rug.
You get that rug. You get in there.
Because the rugs look like the rugs at my house growing up. So I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. Clean that rug. I want to see that rug clean. The rug was never cleaned at my house.
That's some quirky stuff there. So
there's something for everybody out there.
So what was your favorite movie growing up? Like, what really, really sticks with you from your childhood?
I mean, the knee jerk is Goonies. And it was, and I'm pretty sure, I don't even know if I saw it in the theater because I was really little when it came out. But I know I watched it on repeat constantly. Mm-hmm. And it still holds up. It's still something where you're like, damn, it's like a feat of filmmaking. Yeah. Because not only is it this interesting, like, swashbuckling adventure, but it's got kids at the center of it. And they're good. They're good at what they do. And how Dick Donner got those kids to, like, all work together. You're just, like, now with my older, more analytical brain, I just go, everything about this movie works. Like, how the hell they do that? It's a miracle.
How'd you get all these kids to do so well on the same set? I mean, then you think of like a Sandlot, right? When they have all those kids on the same set, it's very tough to do that and to get child actors to all behave, and they all have school schedules and all. It's like there's a lot of work to make that happen.
I'm in awe anytime I see good kids on screen. I'll be real honest, and we say it all the time on our podcast too. We're not always like kind to the kid actors. Not that we're shitty about it, but it's just like, you know, they don't all quite have it, but when they do have it, it's magic. It really makes for special movies. Yeah. So Goonies is one of those ones growing up, and E.T., same deal.
Goonies, E.T., some other ones that come to mind for me. Willow.
Oh, dude. I'm huge on Willow. I love Willow.
My mom is actually she's like 5'6", and she's not very short by any means. Sure. But my brother and I are both 6-footers, and so we used to call her Peck. Right. And then there's Peck Road on the 10 freeway and like going towards Santa Monica, and be like, hey, look, Mom, it's your road. It's so good. But yeah, Willow, Princess Bride.
Yes, all those.
I mentioned Spaceballs. Yeah. Another one that that just comes to mind. Revenge of the Nerds. Yes. Just a lot of really good 80s and 90s films that just
The 80s stuff was
brings back
real.
so many memories.
Yeah, the 80s stuff was real big to me. It really was. That's it. It was all larger than life. Back to the Future is another huge
100%. I mean, there's so many I'm missing.
Yeah,
Like I can't name them all. There's
But Goonies and Back to the Future are kind of what started it all. Like where I was like,
100%.
look at the magic that can happen here. And that stuff always got me.
Yeah. And shout out to our friends at the 88 Mile Per Hour podcast. Back to the Future logo.
Nice.
Reminds me of all the time. I love their content. Hopefully get them on here. They actually were just at our film festival as Best Picture judges.
Great.
Santos and Julia. So shout out to them though. Thanks for judging and thanks for being there to support us. But can't wait to jump on your podcast and hopefully get you guys on ours. So back to you though. You kind of broke into the space in a sense, like fell into it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember a moment like where you kind of really broke into the space? Like, I mean, that's like kind of your moment of like, hey, I know what I kind of want to do, but like, has there been a moment of like, I broke into the space now? Like, I'm here.
No, I mean, I think I've
I know
only
you're still in your journey, but like,
I think I'll always be on my journey. But I think it was like the first time I was paid to direct something and that took a while.
Yeah,
I'm talking that was like 11 years ago. Was the first time I was paid to direct something, which was insane. And it was for Ferrari, and I was like, oh God, like some blue chip company, like this is real stiff upper lip stuff. And I'm not, and then I'm kind of ADHD and all over the place, and I'm working with a great cinematographer who's also ADHD, and we did everything by the seat of our pants, like that was the kind of guys we were. And I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be a disaster, isn't it?
dude, so many people don't understand how long it takes to even make money.
Yes,
on a film. Like, I mean, yeah, you want to be profitable in a film or even just break even, but like, even to get paid for that work, like it's so hard to even get to that point because a lot of people are like, you're early on. They're not going to give you money if they don't know what you can do. You got to show what you can do first before you can get, paid for it. We actually, so I was really bummed that you had to work Comic-Con for the festival because there was an award we gave out. I'm not sure if you've seen it online yet, but it's called the Producer's Pick. And that filmmaker, he's like, I think 23, 22, 23, just out of college. And we awarded him the opportunity to turn his short film into a feature film.
Oh my God.
And we're developing it in conjunction with Insurgents Films. It used to be called V Channels. They helped put together like Stupid Games, Bitter Tooth, The Box. There's one more that they just did, The Workout, or maybe The Workout wasn't theirs. Either way, a lot of different films. They made I think they produced 180 films over the last 2 years.
Wow.
Insane. We had Niccolo on one of the episodes, episode 12, 13, I don't know, somewhere around there. And just incredible to hear what he's doing. But we partnered with him to help bring to life one of these short films now is developed into a feature, and that kid gets to direct it too.
Oh God,
how cool is that?
That's insane, man.
Yeah,
that's and I'm like, with regards to I'm much more ready to direct a feature film, than I am to get paid to direct one. Like I'm
100%.
It's so much more.
I know what you're talking about.
It matters so much more to me to tell the story.
You still need to make money. Like you need to just hey, I need to make enough money so I can pay my bills. And do that stuff. But I'm not trying to hey, I need my bag.
I was just talking about this with an actor friend, which there's no harder position to make money than being an actor. None, bar none.
With you on that.
And I was just like, I've resolved to the idea that I will probably be, at best a middle-class director. But I'm so happy that's going to, I've become resolute with that, where it's that's fine. I'm not shooting for the big studio. If it happened, cool.
If it happens, great. It's a very small percentage of people that get to that point.
Yeah.
Regardless. So it's if you can do this for your career, pay your bills, live happily, live out your dream, what more could you ask for?
Drive my Toyota.
So many directors that I know, because we help a lot of independent filmmakers get their films onto Mometu. And we talked to so many people I remember there's one guy, Justin, who he literally will save up money from working. So for me, my family, we put money aside for a vacation.
Sure.
He puts money aside for making a film. And he tries to put enough money aside every year so that he can shoot one film every year.
Yeah.
Even if it's 10, 15, 20 grand. He's just I need to make a film every year. It doesn't matter. And that's his passion. He loves it.
Yeah.
But if you can make a full living, being a full-time filmmaker, awesome.
Yeah. As long as I can pay my bills and my job is to go on set and or sit in the booth with my editor who I love, like that's fine by me. I don't need to be wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wealthy in fulfillment. That's where it's all at. Like it might take a long time for younger people to see that. It's like it's really more about fulfillment than it is about the paycheck, because boy, the paycheck rarely comes. Mm-hmm. Like especially for directing, I should specify. Like specifically for directing, that's the last.
Or you're on the bill for a certain amount of money, but then the money never comes in.
Yep. Yeah.
Because someone said they were going to finance it, but then that for a reason didn't come through. And
even on the tiniest of levels, like I directed a video that got on MTV right before MTV stopped making music videos, and I was like, cool. And even my paycheck was going to be like $700. And this is when I was still a PA at the time. Like I was still production assistant on commercials and stuff. But I had this video, and I was like, cool, I'll make $700 directing a music video. That's fine. And then at the last minute, my producer comes in and he goes, I need that $700 because we got to get the band like some alcohol and some food and stuff. And I was like, just take the $700. It doesn't matter. By the time it was done and it was on MTV and I watched it, it said directed by Patrick Guera on MTV. And I was like, holy shit, like a full circle moment for me. My bank account was negative $700 at the time. I was like,
did they even give you any booze or?
No, I didn't even drink any booze. I did not.
Any leftovers? Nothing?
The end of the night was us unloading gear in this guy's garage. You know, like that was it. It was just. I did it because I wanted so badly to do it, not because I wanted the money. Don't work for free if you don't have to. Mm-hmm. That don't get the full message cloudy. But in that instance, I was like, no, I want this so bad. I'm going to do whatever it takes. And I did it.
For sure. Well, speaking of challenging situations, what has been your most challenging like job or project, whatever that you've done through the time of being Director Patrick, or maybe even before Director Patrick? I
mean, I do think it was probably the Ferrari job because we were not represented. So we didn't have anybody. We didn't have a production company helping us.
Yeah.
It was just us, and we had gotten by on that for a long time, and this time we had to get by, like with a company now expecting a certain thing, and we delivered it. We did deliver what we did, but I think the stress of all that, like, just chewed us both up. Me and my shout out to my cinematographer Milan Spasic, who I've known for quite a long time now, but it tore through our butts like completely. It was really hard, really stressful. And the stuff came out, and it came out good. And I've used that stuff to show people, like, oh, this is stuff I can do in the automotive world. If you're curious, I've worked for Ferrari, and they didn't yell at me when I turned in the stuff. So
I didn't have to turn in 7 edits.
Yeah, we really didn't. I think I did 2. You know, I think we did a notes pass.
That's phenomenal.
And I was like, cool, a notes pass. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Considering.
Very cool. Pivoting outside of filmmaking.
Sure.
You also do something that I think is really cool. And I think why I thought you were like, I don't know, like the size of the Undertaker because of how you look on TikTok. But because you have really cool lighting in your room.
Thanks.
When you record your podcast.
Yes.
And you got the Rewind of the Living Dead podcast. We've promoted it on this podcast before in someone else's episode. We're big fans.
We appreciate you.
And no, we appreciate you as well. Just bringing incredible content to the world, whether it be watching live on TikTok or obviously being a Patreon now, because that's something new. So talk to us a little bit about the Rewind of the Living Dead podcast. How did it come to life? What do you do? And what is it kind of looking like right now?
For a while back, I was acquaintances with this journalist. He's a sports journalist, Damon Martin. And we met at Comic-Con. I work Comic-Con for MTV every single year. It's a wonderful job. And I just bumped into him one year, and I was like, oh, shit, you're Damon Martin. We follow each other on Twitter. He's like, oh, hey, man. And so we'd see each other every year.
Hey,
yeah, it was very much, oh, hey, man. And we'd see each other every year. So we just kind of built this rapport of checking in with each other. And then the pandemic happened, and they shut down Comic-Con for that year.
Yep.
He calls me up and he goes, hey, we always talk to each other at Comic-Con, and goes, would you want to do like a podcast about this year's Comic-Con? Because now it's online, so we can talk about the stuff. And I was like, sure. And he was like, hey, but also I got this idea for like a horror podcast. He goes, do you like horror? I go, do I like horror? And we were sitting there for like 2 hours just talking about horror. And he's like, forget about the Comic-Con thing. Do you want to do that? I was like, let's do that. And that started Rewind of the Living Dead.
So cool.
And so the pandemic was a perfect time because I wasn't doing shit.
Nor was a lot of other people. They're sitting at home looking for content.
Sitting at home, got this Shudder subscription.
Yep.
And we just tore into it. And we have delivered an episode since October of 2020, ever since. Every week. We have not missed a week since October of 2020. Just talking about horror. Our thing is we talk about one movie and we do a deep dive on it for that podcast. We tend not to bounce around. Mm-hmm. We really just want to examine the movie. And I'm going to tell you right now, Damon Martin is now one of my best friends in the world. We love talking and laughing and having fun talking about movies. There's nothing could be finer. And it's made me a better filmmaker because it makes me think about films so deeply. And I'm forever grateful for Rewind of the Living Dead, because I don't think the things that I've made in the time since would be as good as I feel about them without having done the podcast the way we do it.
That's a cool little piece that came out of that.
Totally.
Like, it helped you develop as a filmmaker. Like,
Really
how would doing a podcast help me? That's cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, one of the hardest things that when I was putting this podcast together was, okay, how are we going to tie in movie reviews, and how do we pick that, and how's my guest going to like watch a movie that I want them to watch? Like, that doesn't sound fun. So I had every time I have a guest pick the film that we watch, which is kind of fun for me because I get exposed to, we have over 10,000 titles on Mometu. So like, picking a film is so hard for me. So that's why I like my guests to do it. How do you guys go about picking films for your podcast?
In the beginning, it was a pickup game of basketball.
Yeah.
Like, what do we got? What's interesting? Oh, this looks weird. I've never even heard of this. What is the New York Ripper? And what is Blood Beat?
Yeah.
And then we realized we started tracking how our episodes were doing, and we noticed that classic films like The Exorcist, Halloween, those ones they spiked. And then when the theaters started rolling back again and we started getting into big releases, those started doing great. And we were paying attention to just what our audience wanted. So
do you ever poll your audience? Like, what do you guys want to listen or
we do now.
hear about?
We do now.
Very cool.
And because the thing we screwed up with in the beginning is we didn't get into the social media part of it when we should have. So we're a little late to that. But now we use the social media to get our audience's gauge on stuff. And we just realized they liked the mainstream. They wanted the big releases. They wanted to hear us talk about the big movies. That's fine. And we're happy to do it. We're going to go see those movies anyway. I'm going to see, I'm going to be there night one for Weapons. I'm going to be there night one for Sinners and all that stuff. So we might as well just talk about it on the podcast, and all those episodes do fantastic. So that was it. We just followed our listeners.
Are you guys getting screeners yet, like ahead of time to review
We
stuff?
get them sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we got Werewolves late last year, and we got Hell House LLC Lineage from the great people over at Terror Films. Shout out Sarah at Terror.
Love the guys at Terror. Sarah, Joe, incredible people. We did a partnership with Terror recently, so we have a lot of Terror films. Actually, this morning as I was driving up here, not supposed to be looking at my phone, but I had the Mometu Instagram page up, and our new movie of the week just dropped today, and it's Hell House LLC. So
what a movie!
Sierra Nowak did an intro for it. They're only like 60 seconds long. It's just a movie little highlight saying, hey, we got this on there. Touches on that we also have the second and third one. We don't have the fourth one yet, but super cool to work with Terror Films. We have some really incredible films. The last episode, it's been a little while since we did one. I was at the film festival, then a vacation, but Blood Covered Chocolate, another Terror Films film that we did, and that was with Monty Light, who was our last guest, and he was the director of that film too.
Nice.
So, love Terror Films.
Yeah,
so,
great people.
Great people, incredible movies. Our horror collection is awesome because of them. So thank you guys. I don't know why we started talking about Terror Films, but totally got me on a tangent there. Why did we start talking about that?
What we were talking
Either
about.
way, so you get films on there. You have your audience picking them, which is great. And what are kind of like? Actually, let me pivot this. What's been your favorite episode?
Oh, wow.
That's a harder question because I know you're doing a lot of episodes now.
It's always we're over almost 300 episodes at this point.
Yeah,
and it's the ones where we disagree are the best right away. So if you haven't tuned in, we just dropped the Weapons episode a couple of days ago. Damon and I feel diametrically opposed about that film.
I'm sure.
And so though I'm like wringing my hands.
A lot of tension all over.
Yeah, but in a fun way.
About that film.
In a totally fun way. And I don't play into like, I don't know why it gets people all riled up to disagree about a movie. I get excited to disagree because it challenges me to think about a movie in a different way, in someone else's perspective, and to learn a little something about how other people's brains work with movies. And that's important to me as a director, to understand other people's perspectives anyway. So when I know me and Damon are going to really go at it, I go, this is great. And it always makes for a good episode.
I love jumping into like lives where there's like, it looks like the Brady Bunch. There's like 9 people in their squares. And I love, not that I even watched the movie sometimes, I just love hearing the points of whether they're talking about what's the one thing you didn't like about this film or what is something you liked about this film.
Yeah.
And to be able to get 8 or 9 different perspectives on what was, it's not everyone saying the same thing. I love that because it just causes just more conversation. And just like, get you thinking about movies in a different way that you normally wouldn't have. And I've told you before, like, I'm not a cinephile. I'm just a movie lover.
Yeah.
And so I'm watching it and I like it for that reason, whatever. But like, it makes you start thinking of like, wow, like that. Yeah. The score really did change how I really felt about this film. Or, so I actually watched a movie on the airplane on the way back from Hawaii recently. And it's like, I was listening to the music. I was like, this music does not fit this film at all. And I really want to tell the filmmaker, like I know him personally. So I was like, should I?
Yeah.
But I kind of don't want to because it's kind of rude. But I
Yeah.
was just like, man, like this just doesn't fit. And so I hate at the same time that happens because then I start nitpicking stuff when I'm watching movies instead of enjoying them just for at face value sometimes too.
Yeah. I mean, as someone who is doing his damnedest to make them,
Yeah.
it actually, to me, adds a new layer to the enjoyment, because even movies where I'm like, I didn't like that at all, I can still find silver linings, and I can still, and now I can understand why I don't, because that used to frustrate me. I was like, I don't know, I just didn't like it. I used to just, and I think that's a lot of online discourse, which is a lot of, I don't know, I just didn't like it, okay? Now I know why I don't like things, and it makes me at ease. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I know why that didn't work, because of this and because of that. But I'm also thinking, I'm trying my best anyway to think deeply. And that is fun. Like that's all on itself, outside of movies. Thinking deeply is this great thing that our brains are capable of. Yeah. And you just feel better when you try out all the scenarios in your brain. And that's what we do on the podcast, right? Like I'm not in Damon's brain. Sometimes you think we're a mind meld. We're not, but like I'll be talking about something and then he'll say it and I go, shit, I never saw it like that. Funny how that opened the door. It still didn't make me like the movie, but wow, now I see the movie from a much bigger perspective. Like it's just better.
I think sometimes the biggest challenge is taking a film that's maybe not as great and still finding the bright moments in it. I think I enjoy that much more. And there's a creator on TikTok, Ian Van Gool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah. Shout out to Ian.
Love what Ian does in the sense where he looks at films and he's like, hey, I wasn't the biggest fan of this, but really liked it for this purpose. And I think someone that's into X, Y, or Z is going to really enjoy this film.
Yes.
Wasn't for me, but there's some good moments. I see what the filmmaker was trying to do. And he never talks negatively about films. Through all his reviews. So I think that's just takes a lot of thought and it takes a lot of appreciation to get to that point.
Yes.
Where you're not just always like, I see it all over. It's just always like, oh, I don't like this. I didn't like that. And it's like, it's so easy to say what you don't like. Yeah. It's really hard to compile the thoughts of like how you like something and who would like it for what reason.
Yeah, I end up liking most things. That's the byproduct of analyzing and making movies, is that I like most everything. It takes a lot for me to go, I really didn't like that. Even movies where if we're on the podcast, the audience might get the impression I don't like something. It's more like, hey man, this is me talking about all possible perspectives of this movie, as opposed to just saying I don't like it. Like it's rare these days where I'm like, I just flat out didn't like that. It's very rare.
For sure.
So that adds to the enjoyment.
Yeah. And you've been on social media now for a little while. You've been doing the podcast for a little while, over 300 episodes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Has there been an unexpected opportunity that's come from being online? I mean, we'll just say it as that.
Yeah. I mean, and over the years, even on Twitter, again, was the place where I kind of made my first presence felt. It opened a lot of opportunities then. I ended up writing a couple of screenplays with a guy I met through Twitter. And those screenplays were well received, and it gave me some confidence to write. Yeah. that's where I met Damon Martin, my co-host of this podcast. It changed my life. So that's one start. The second was TikTok. And what was wild about that was like people actually seeing me as more than just text on a screen. And the ability for me to go, hey, also I have these things you can look at. Like it seemed like everywhere else I put that, it would just disappear into the ether. If I was on TikTok and they saw my face and they saw me saying, I would like you to check this out, then people would go check it out. And then I would get direct messages going, we like this. We think this is interesting. And now it's like certain film festivals have reached out to me. We would like for you to put your stuff. Mometu's reached out to me.
Hey,
and here I am.
Look at that.
You know, like these are things that were not happening before. But it took, and you know the director Jim Cummings, Thunder Road, Wolf of Snow Hollow. He's fantastic actor, director. He said it to me a long time ago. I had asked him a question about crowdfunding, and he goes, people want you. He goes, if you put together a GoFundMe or something, it needs to be you on screen talking about you.
100%.
Yeah, you can show them the boards, you can show them the proof of concept. They need to know who you are.
I think that was one of the coolest videos I saw through Sinners was Ryan getting up and talking, like going through the film.
Yes.
The film reels.
Yes.
And showing the different, like, hey, I like this because it look, with the different, like, I can do this with this film and I can do this with this film. And so that is something where people like attach to that versus just getting in front of a camera and saying, oh, like, come watch my movie, or I'd love you to help me make my movie. Just like simple conversations. It's actually going through and say, like, showing that charisma and showing your own character of who you are and showing a little bit about the depth of a person you are. Because that's, people want to love your story and who you are.
Yeah.
And, part of the reason why I talk about your journey here, because it's like, I want people to love you for like everything that you are, not just like what you are today.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it makes a difference when you can understand people. And that's why movie characters resonate with certain people. They go, oh, like I see a piece of myself there. Oh, he's just like me. He's struggling. Oh, he's just like me. His carpet's dirty.
Yep.
And so he's watching carpet videos.
Yeah, I've actually encouraged filmmakers to start doing kind of what they did in Avatar. Like, actually part of the story was like every day they sit down and journal, like video journal. Yeah. I encourage filmmakers, like, go get your cast. Get yourself, your producer, get whoever, and say like, hey, this is what we did today. Yeah. This is the challenge today. I had a great day. I had a bad day. I had whatever it was. Like, talk about that stuff and then use it for socials as you're starting to promote your film. People will resonate with that.
I thought Superman did a great job with that. Like James Gunn and company were all over social media as themselves. Yeah. As themselves, just going like, we're having fun on set today. Here's something we did on set today. Here's... David Cornsweet just making the rounds and talking really honestly about how hard it was to find the character and do what he did. Like they pulled down the curtain and all the facade of Hollywood and just were like, it's hard work, but we love it. And here's why we love it. And you're hearing very familiar feelings coming out of these people's mouths about filmmaking, and it takes some distance away from it. So I think people personalized it more. And I think that's why ultimately that movie resonated with people more, because they cared about the people that made it. And
it was another Superman movie. It's like his story is being retold, and they still were able to elevate it that way. So good. Hats off for them. Yeah, there's another example comes to mind is Kieran Culkin and the guy from Now You See Me.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah. So when they got up, like every time they got up, it wasn't, hey, look at me, I'm such an amazing person. He's like, man, I didn't know who I was going to cast. And then my wife was like, oh, we cast that guy. And that idiot? Like, no, that's not going to work. I'm going to cast myself for that role. And then he casted Kieran for that role because his wife said so. And it's like all these imperfect moments that just made it so perfect.
That's resonating with people now.
100%. It's real life stories. It's them actually getting a peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
That really helps be like, oh, they are people.
My favorite content creators don't really have a bit.
Yes.
They are just kind of those people.
Yeah.
And then I meet them and I'm like, oh my God, you are who you were in the video. Like, but it resonated with me already, because it was like, this was just me at the bar with my friends talking about movies. And I just put it on my phone. when I was first trying to do TikTok videos, it wasn't like rehearsed, but I was like, oh, I should have a plan of some sort, like some sort of very specific plan. That was not working at all. It really wasn't. It wasn't until I just started talking the way I talk about movies, and kind of like what I do on the podcast. I just didn't realize I needed to translate that over. And I was like, okay, my TikTok can be like my the podcast. I'm just talking one way.
For sure. We could probably continue going on this, but I want to know what's next for you.
What's next?
I think that's exciting for me now, because talked a little bit about your past, talked a little bit about your present. What's going on in the future?
My goal is to, at least by the end of the year, have the plan in place to direct my first feature film.
Mm-hmm.
That is the goal. And so I'm spinning a couple of plates. One of them is the feature length version of The Path, which is currently making its festival run.
Yes.
So I have 2 drafts now of that feature film, and I literally on the way up here I was like drafting the 3rd draft. So that's one. But then the other is with one of my producers, we're potentially trying to pitch something, based on my previous work, and just going, here's what I've done and here's what I could do with this work here. And we're still kind of working on that, and that's a little more achievable.
So you don't quite have that feature, like what you want to do yet. Like, you want to make one, but you don't.
It's one of 2 things.
One of 2. Okay.
It's one of 2 things. If it's The Path, I better buckle in, because the feature version is a doozy.
Yep.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And so I got to really buckle in for that. But yeah, that's kind of what's in my future. I would say is a feature film's got to be next. Like I can feel it in my bones. I'm like, we're doing a feature film next, but what is it? I don't know. It's one of these 2 things, or it could be a surprise 3rd thing where someone swoops in and goes, "We have a script.
Yes,
you direct it, because
we have a script. We like you. Let's do it together."
Boy, that would be great, because I hate writing. I hate writing.
Unexpected opportunities. Maybe there's someone that's listening to this podcast now and be like, "Hey, I got a script.
I'm out here. Your boy's out here."
What genre do you want this script to be?
Honestly, I love horror.
Okay.
And I'm happy to stick to horror.
Yep.
But like me and my editor, who I've known since day one, since that phone call, I want to work with you in the film school, like we've teased doing a comedy. I'm so fine with that.
Horror comedy? I mean,
it doesn't even have to be.
I'm just saying you have to have really good aspects of comedy to really make a horror really kick. I mean,
I think so. But I mean, the nice thing about horror in general is it is a genre bender.
Yep.
It can be horror, action, horror, sci-fi,
100%.
horror, drama, whatever you want, psychological. It's so flexible.
I've always joked to people about, it's like, is it a horror comedy or a comedy horror?
Yeah.
Which way did you lean more into?
Yeah. Shaun of the Dead, comedy horror.
Yeah.
What's another one that's anyway. But
no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just a matter.
We always joke about that. It's like there's kind of that like middle ground of like, which way did you lean more towards?
Yeah.
Like if it's not a slasher, right? Like obviously then we know it's like, all right, well, you're getting really deep into it. But
yeah,
like there's always this like fine line of like horror comedy, horror. Which way did you lean more towards? Because you have to kind of play with the emotions to make those jump scares work, to make those things work to where you are freaked out.
Yeah. Did you see Hard Eyes?
I have not.
It's a very interesting. Yeah, Craig.
You
knows.
can talk to Craig, by the way. It's
Craig.
okay. He doesn't have a microphone, but you can. If he talks really loud, we can kind of hear him.
What I like is that he got excited when I said Hard Eyes, because when you talk about riding the line of horror and comedy, and it was a polarizing movie because of that, because it literally rode both lines. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, but that fucking worked.
Yep.
It really worked. For me, it really worked. And I'm just like, that's cool, but also super hard to pull off.
Yeah.
Like, I don't consider myself funny. I'm just like anybody else. I like to joke around and have a good time. But I don't think I could be a snappy comedian and write good jokes. So I look at that, and to me, that's even more impressive than something like Weapons, that I think focuses on its like technical prowess. Mm-hmm. Whereas to me, comedy is really a tightrope, and you better know how to walk it, or you fall. Like when comedy doesn't work. Mm-hmm. Horror can work. You can twist it. You can find a way to make it work. But comedy, they either laugh or they don't. And it's zero-sum game.
Hardest part when you hear a joke and then no one laughs. You're like,
I've been in the room.
Work.
I've been in the room with big comics who bombed, and I was like,
you had a lot of time to edit that out of your script.
Yeah.
So yeah, totally. What's next? But let's move into how can we find you? Because I think we didn't talk about your short film for a reason, because
Sure.
I know we wanted to bring it at the end, because I want you to share with people like where they can find it, because I think that's most important, is sharing your work. You and I could talk about it, which, I mean, who cares about my opinion? I want them to know. I know. Well, hey, I appreciate that, but I want you to look down the barrel. Where can we find you on socials? Do you have a website? Obviously, you have your podcast. Share with everyone where we can find you, and then definitely pitch your film, because I think people need to go watch that.
Of course. You can find Rewind of the Living Dead everywhere you get your podcasts. And we have just launched a Patreon. So patreon.com/Rewind of the Living Dead, $5 a month. It gets you a special once a month non-horror podcast. And it gets you special little exclusive mini podcasts. We just dropped an Alien Earth one just for the patrons. I interact with the patrons all the time. We talk about horror with each other. They help us. We help them. We're molding the situation to them. And Rewind of the Living Dead's Instagram is really where it's at. We're kind of in a bunch of places on social media, but you want to be on our Instagram. That's really where we're at and where we're answering the questions. As far as I go, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Director Patrick. And my current short film, The Path, is doing its festival run, and it is currently, as of this episode, about to premiere at the Cabin in the Woods Film Festival in the Pacific Northwest. If you go to my Instagram, to my link tree, the very first thing on my link tree is Cabin on the Web. You click that link, and you can join us virtually at Cabin in the Woods Film Festival. You don't have to be there. You can join us virtually, Cabin in the Woods Film Festival, and you can enter the code The Path of Patrick to get 25% off your virtual ticket. You don't just support me, you support a woman-founded, woman-run, independent film festival. So it's when we talk about supporting independent artists, this is how you can do it. And you're not just helping me out. I don't get a kickback for that. It's really for the festival and to pump them up. But I do want you to see my horror short, The Path. And you can do that on the Cabin in the Woods Film Festival as of this recording.
And if you're watching on YouTube, we're going to have our editor, Ken, throw some stuff on the screen right now. We'll get them all that information. We'll put it in the show notes as well. So if you can send me that info,
yes,
I'd love to get it in the show notes, because this episode's going to drop next week on Tuesday. So we'll make sure that goes out. So yeah, Cabin in the Woods, go support not just Director Patrick, but all the other filmmakers that are there as well. So we usually, honestly, do a podcast promotion at this time. We usually take a break. A More For Me and You podcast first. We're not taking a break. We're going to roll right into the this or that section. But Rewind of the Living Dead podcast, or not, it's not even Rewind of the Living Dead podcast. You don't even have podcast thing. It's just Rewind of the Living Dead.
Rewind of the Living Dead.
Go check it out. We are big fans of it. And join their Patreon as well. Go support them and make sure they can continue to make just more incredible content. I'm a big fan of watching Director Patrick live on TikTok when he's actually recording the podcast, which is really fun. And he actually interacts with you too. So it's kind of cool because he'll mute himself and then start talking to you in the camera. So it's really fun. Patrick Guera, Director Patrick, would you like to play a little game we play on this podcast called This or That?
Let's play This or That.
Let's do it. And This or That is brought to you by our friends at Coastline Travel. If you're looking to fly somewhere, stay somewhere, rent a car, drive somewhere, or even, go snorkeling or something like that, go to coastlinetravel.com and they will take care of you. We ask 20 questions, Mr. Guera, to all our guests. The first question is asked to everyone, and the rest of them are just kind of fun and tailored for you. So
love it. Let's
get it going. Tacos or pizza?
From San Diego, that's a very divisive answer, but I'm going to go pizza. I'm going to tell you. Can I qualify that? I know this is a rapid fire.
I know San Diego. No, it doesn't have to be. We can talk. San Diego has amazing tacos. So
here's my thing.
Justify this. I don't believe you, but go ahead.
I've spent a lot of time in Baja California. Their corn tortillas are built different. And when you come back, you realize that our corn tortillas are absolute trash.
100%, which is why you need to find the little abuelitas that are at the stores.
They're there.
and Old Town Mexican Cafe, one of my favorite spots in San Diego.
It's all right.
It's okay food, but the tortillas
The flour
are
tortillas.
incredible because the little ladies are making them in the window there.
The flour tortillas in San Diego, phenomenal. I just want to be clear about that. But you asked about tacos.
I know.
See, I
said
get
in general-
specific.
I said it in general.
You asked tacos.
So where's the favorite pizza spot then in San Diego?
Buona Forchetta.
All right, let's go.
Incredible.
Where is that?
They have actually multiples now, and there's one in South Park. There's one in Point Loma.
Yep.
At Liberty Station.
Okay.
And then there's another one, I forget where it is. But also shout out to an old school San Diego staple, which is Felipe's.
Ooh, yeah.
Felipe's is, I've never found pizza like that anywhere else in my life.
Little Italy.
Yeah.
Going through the little Italian
Going
deli.
through the deli.
So good.
Oh,
And just a basic pasta from there is just delicious.
Yeah.
So
Shout out Felipe's.
Pizza it is. Nighttime or daytime?
Nighttime. Easy.
By the way, I flick the cards.
I love
it's just
it.
fun.
It's a style. We're into it.
For your coffee, are you doing black or are you adding anything?
I don't drink coffee.
Ooh, what do you go? No caffeine? Just living off life.
No, I mean, I'll drink a soda, but I don't drink. I raw dog life.
Raw dog life.
I picked the wrong career to not drink coffee.
I'm very surprised by that because being a director is like long hours, got to focus.
Boy, and if there isn't coffee on, like when I produce stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, people need coffee because I don't think about it.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't think about coffee
It's
at
not
all.
part of your crafty.
Everybody needs it.
That's so fun.
I don't touch coffee.
Yeah, all good. I'm a matcha green tea guy.
Fair enough.
Or a
dude.
cold brew.
Do
but
your thing.
Typically tea. Long takes or quick cuts?
Man, spoken like a true filmmaker, I believe you use the tool when you need it. I don't think it's this or that. Sorry, that's a boring answer, but it's
We've
true.
had people cop out before. It's not the first. Eat popcorn with chopsticks or M&Ms with a spoon?
I would do.
You like that? You like that?
I would do both. I would legitimately do both, but I think I would get more enjoyment out of M&Ms with a spoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, do we have any chopsticks? We got some popcorn right
Yeah.
here in front of us. Which, by the way, you can eat.
Oh,
and
good to
touch,
know.
and
I'm
it's not just
starving.
a prop. Tell your own story or tell someone else's.
When you're telling someone else's, you're telling yours.
Okay.
That's how it works. Everybody is putting it through their own lens, no matter
I feel
what.
like this is going to be like a lot like Mikkel. Just fucking directors, I swear.
Mikkel better be a nice guy.
He's my boy.
Good.
He's a great dude. Go back and watch this episode.
I need to.
It actually was really inspiring.
I'll listen.
I got
I
very
can listen
moved
to
and-
them, right? They're not just video.
Oh yeah, you can go on to Apple, Spotify, wherever
Right.
you listen to podcasts.
Okay, I'll listen
as well.
to Mikkel on the way home.
Look at that, and it's actually about an hour and a half. So, well,
Okay, I'll
from
need
here-
to listen to 3 episodes
From here,
on
it's
the way
going to
home.
take a little longer because you got to get all that traffic. Whether if you're not hitting LA traffic, you're going to hit Orange County.
I'm going to hit
traffic, so.
every traffic possible
yeah.
on the way home.
Podcast or playlists. I know.
Wow, this is hard.
It is hard.
This is hard because if I go one way or the other, I'm betraying something.
It's true.
You know what though? But podcasts get you through the day. Playlists get you through the night.
Okay.
That's how that works.
I feel that. And plus, you don't want to have too many words going on when you're working.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of like chill house and deep house as I work because there's no lyrics.
Yeah.
It just kind of keeps me kind of moving, like almost like that light elevator music with a little bit of a beat
Yes.
kind of going and keeps you kind of vibing.
That's true.
I like that though. Yeah. I mean, when I work out, for sure, music playlist. But
Oh yeah. Well,
every now and then I'll do a podcast when I do it. When I work
it's
out,
flexible.
Yeah.
It's
on the
another one.
treadmill,
It's the right tool for the job at the moment.
listening to myself. You know,
Oh, I listen to myself every week.
texting or phone calls.
I think I need phone calls more now than I ever thought I did. I used to love texting, but I'm like, I'm just going to call you. And then people get really annoyed.
They do.
But I need it.
I'll start messaging someone at like a red light, and then I'll be like, I'm driving. I need to call. Can I
Yeah.
call you real quick? And they're like, why?
I have the damn Hey Siri, and I just tell her to call somebody.
yeah.
I go, just call them. And they're going, why are you calling me?
Practical effects or CGI?
Practical.
My man.
I just want to clarify something here though, because I feel like the online discourse is sort of this thing where it's like, oh, it's either or. It's not. It's practical always needs the help of their CGI buddies. Always. They're cleaning up lines. They're cleaning up green screen and anything. So it's never like that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's they are congruent. They are symbiotic. But practical effects film that they just film better.
Yeah, my father still owes me a toy bus. There was a scene in, I don't know if it was Class of Nukem High Part 2 or Part 3. It was one of them. I think it was 2, where they blew up a bus.
Okay.
Like actually did. Like
Yes.
they actually did blow up a bus, but they needed to get another visual of it and they couldn't blow up a second bus. So he took my toy bus and blew it up.
Yes.
Like they set a bunch of like powder on it.
Yeah.
And just on this like little set that they had built in the backyard of our old house in Canyon Country and just blew up my toy bus. Still never got one back.
You ain't getting it back.
No, it's gone. I actually want to kind of tell my dad, like, hey, you need to buy one for my son now.
That's the way to get
I
him.
don't need a toy bus anymore, but he does. Film festivals or streaming premieres?
Film festivals. What a fun time.
They are.
What a fun time. I can't wait to go to Cabin in the Woods Film Festival.
Yep.
That's not even a plug. I'm just excited to be amongst people who want to watch movies. It's
For sure.
great.
And if you're a filmmaker and you get your film into a film festival, please make sure you can go. There's so much good that can come out of it.
Yes.
Laurels are laurels now. It's kind of
Yeah.
like, I'll be honest, as a streamer, we get films with like 20 laurels on the poster. I'm like, take those off. It's like, it's just having like way too many tattoos at one point. Like, I mean,
You know I'm covered in tattoos.
I know you
right?
are, but it doesn't matter. It's still like on a poster though. Like that doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Nah.
You're taking away. It's almost like having a tattoo over a tattoo. It's like you're taking away from the poster. It's like pick 2 or 3.
Sometimes you
be.
got to show people what you got, though.
In a certain aspect.
Yeah,
Like, on social media, sure, but like when
Yeah.
you send it to like a streamer, it's like,
Oh no, for a streamer, no.
But that's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
we
for a
get some
streamer,
of that,
you,
like,
no,
sometimes,
you
yeah.
need a clean poster. No, yeah, I
Yeah.
100% agree with that.
yeah, like put your top 2 or 3 to let people know, hey, this was a festival winner, and just move
Yeah.
on. But yeah, the biggest impact you'll have as a filmmaker that gets into a festival is going to it.
Mm-hmm.
Networking. It's not just about seeing your film on a screen, which is an incredible thing to do. I love
It
watching.
is.
I love what, like with our festival, I loved watching the student filmmakers not just see it, like as I was watching them from the back, like seeing them watch their films for the first time on that big of a screen, because we were at Harmony Gold, so it was like a screen versus like some of those smaller local ones are just like kind of a, makeshift one. But they were seeing it for the first time, and then also hearing the applause at the end and just seeing their faces. It was it's so awesome. But yeah, shout out to film festivals, big fan. But I also like a good premiere, so here's what it is. Direct actors closely or give them freedom.
Give them freedom. I mean, it's still a process and relationship. You still have, like, I still love just sitting and talking with them about it, like offset. And then once we get there, if they have questions and ideas, like I want to play, because I'm truly obsessed with actors, and I think that ultimately makes the movie. Yeah. I'm going to piss off every department when I say that. It ultimately makes the movie, like, because you could just have your iPhone and you go make a movie with a person who really knows how to act.
Yeah.
And you will grab people. So you got to let them play. You have to.
Yeah. It's almost like, hey, do a take like I want it done, and then do a take how you want it done.
But it's like, it's a fine line. You got to read. Everybody's different. So when I believe anyone can direct, but what you've got to figure out is how to read people.
Yeah.
Because if that person needs to do it right now, if they need to try it right now, don't kill that spirit. Let them try it right now, and then, okay, cool. Let's try the one from the script after you do the one that you did. Like play first, and give them that sense that they can do it. Otherwise, I'm no genius. My words are pliable. We can play with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I keep thinking about your tattoos now. What is your favorite tattoo? I'm going to sidetrack. I don't know if this is question 10 or something. We're going to take a halfway break here.
Yeah.
What was your favorite tattoo?
Man, that's hard to pick. I love them all. Shout out to Lango Oliveira, who did most of my tattoos. He's great. I have a big giant wolf on my chest, which I like, but he did this one. It's on my forearm. It's like a Mayan mask. And you're Mesoamerican inspired. Like it doesn't have a direct specific tribe, but it's kind of inspired by that. And I love that one.
Yeah.
I can look at all my tattoos. They're really truly for me, but that one I'm like super proud of that one.
Very cool. Yeah, I only have one right now, but I've already agreed. I'm gonna make this official. Greg Berman. I've agreed. I'm gonna put this on. It's on the internet now, so it's happening. I'm going to get a tattoo by Greg Berman, because on his episode, he talked about how he became a tattoo artist. But his special is going on Mometu, his comedy skit special, and I've already agreed that once that special hits a milestone,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go on his other show that he has. He tattoos people and talks to them about their journey and stuff.
Oh,
in their
that's
life.
sick.
I'm going to get a tattoo by him, and he's going to be my second tattoo. So, what's that?
Comedy Inc.
There you go. Plugged it.
Clever.
We weren't going to plug another podcast, but there it is. We just did.
What's the sound like on Comedy Inc? Just the whole time.
Yeah.
We appreciate that,
Greg's
Craig.
like, I produce it very well. Thank you. Only speak in movie quotes or only in song lyrics?
Oh, movie quotes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm biased, but yeah.
I'm with you on that. I actually can just have conversations with some of my high school buddies with just quotes. So with you there. Road trip or plane ride?
Man,
You drive a lot too.
both
so.
are the bane of my existence because it's all I do is either drive in a car or fly in a plane. I'm gonna go plane because I can watch a movie.
Let's go.
Yes, that's how I got through Barry Lyndon. I was traveling to England. I was like, this is the perfect time to watch Barry
It's
Lyndon.
a lot of the times how I'm able to watch movies now.
Yeah. I hate watching them on little screens. I try to bring my
I can't stand it.
iPad and download, but sometimes it can't happen. So I'll try to pick a movie that I feel doesn't need the scale, which they all do. I understand directors, calm down. But some movies, it's like, I can get away with it here. It's a tiny drama and and then I'll be ugly crying watching We Live in a Time. Did you see that one? Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. Craig. Oh, that movie will wreck you. Don't watch that on a plane if you don't want snot everywhere.
He watched a lot more movies than I do.
Good.
I have a 3-year-old.
I got little boys. Guess what they have to do? They have to watch movies.
Yeah, just
No, at 3 it's tough.
3 it's tough.
3 's
We're watching
tough.
it. I've seen Moana 2 a lot lately. Toy Story. So those are kind of my
3's
watches
tricky.
At home. When I'm watching with my wife, it's usually we're watching shows.
Yes,
That we catch up on. So
Yep.
it's hard. Like I don't get to watch as many movies as you think.
I've been there.
Just right now in life.
Yeah.
So my movie time is on planes too.
Yeah.
Like Lisa Frankenstein was probably one of the most recent films I remember watching in Denver. I watched Gunner recently from Mikkel because it was actually on. I sent him a picture. I was like, dude, like your film's on because he plays the antagonist in the film.
Nice.
And I was like, hey, he's with Morgan Freeman. Yeah.
That's great.
And so I was like, "Hey, your film's on," and also, one of the was it Luke? One of the who plays Thor? His last name
Hemsworth.
Luke
Yeah.
Hemsworth. So his brother
Nice.
is the lead protagonist in the film. Really cool film.
Ah.
And so I just watched that recently on the way back from Hawaii. So, but again, I a lot of the times I'm watching movies that are typically under 2 hours on a plane because I go to Denver a lot. So I have to keep it under 2 hours. I still haven't seen A Complete Unknown. I'm like, oh, I want to watch it, but it's like 3 hours long. And I was like, I just don't have the time.
I'm glad I saw that one in the theater.
Oh,
I saw it in the theater with that generation of people,
yeah.
and they were rocking. Like they were so vibing to it, and because I really don't care about Bob Dylan. I don't care about Bob Dylan, and it's such a low stakes movie. It just is, but it's well made, and I could see it bringing joy to people, and come on, I don't want to be cheesy. That's what it's all about. And these people were so pleased to see somebody that was so important to them portrayed on screen that way. Sure. And I was like, damn, okay, that hits.
Yep. It does.
He's going to plug the guitar in. It's going to happen.
Well, it'd be like me with you at Monster Palooza and someone coming up and be like, you're director Patrick. Like that. Like, and I'd be like, that's so cool. Like, look, they love you. Final cut or collaborative edit?
Man, I don't even know how to answer that. Because all of my cuts are final cuts because it's just me. It's me and my editor.
Yeah.
Like that at the end of the day.
Kind of
So
collaborative then.
it's super collaborative. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it was like, yeah, this is what we decided on.
Yeah.
So
I want. This is what I want.
I have yet to have a producer come in and go, I'm recutting this. So I can't wait. Oh, I'm so looking forward to that day.
Can't wait to that
I
first
better be getting
conversation.
paid really well.
Timeless classic or big box office hit?
Man, I love movies too much to dignify that with an answer. Because I remember right when the pandemic hit and they were like, we're shutting down movie theaters. The last movie I saw in a movie theater was A Portrait of a Lady on Fire. And I was like, if this is the last movie I ever see in a theater, what a beautiful way to go out. But at the same time, if like the last movie I ever saw in a theater was that Avatar Way of Water movie, what a way to go out. Like it's both of them are valid.
I was so bummed because I'm a big Avatar fan. Craig knows this and hates it about me.
They're not at home stuff, but on
no.
a
They have
big
to be
screen,
in the theater,
it's
and
got to be a big screen thing.
that's the thing. I still haven't seen the second Avatar.
Oh, then you can't see it
because, well, I mean, we'll be able to find a theater eventually that will show it because the third one's coming out.
Yeah,
so
it'll happen.
It'll happen. That's why I'm looking forward to that. But because of COVID, and then my wife and I got pregnant, and then we had a kid, and it was just like, I can't get out to go see a 4-hour movie.
Yeah.
Like, can't even get babysitters for that long.
No.
So, I just still haven't seen it. And then I couldn't find a theater that had it. I've been looking and looking and looking, and just no one's carrying because it's not a theater. So, I have to wait to that time where it comes back through because I refuse to watch it. Like, I've seen it on the screen at like on the airplane.
Oh
like,
my God, the worst place to watch it.
Never do that.
Yeah,
like,
no, you
not
can't.
a chance. So it's so hard.
They're made for giant screens. Like that's the only way to see those. Boy, was I disappointed when I watched Avatar at home. I was like, wow, this is not good. But in a screen, it's unlike anything else. So there's no right answer there because I was moved deeply by Portrait of a Lady on Fire, and then I was just blown away by the visuals in Avatar. I'd never seen anything like that. How do you not get up for that?
So here's a hot take. I don't think I would have enjoyed Wicked.
Sure.
But we did watch it in the theater.
Yes.
Kind of a date day with my wife and I. We both had work off, and I was like, let's go watch a movie. And then there was A Complete Unknown and Wicked, and I knew what I wanted to watch. Yeah. But we watched what we both wanted to watch was Wicked.
Yeah, we both wanted that.
We both wanted that one. But actually, I actually enjoyed it in theater. I don't think I would have enjoyed it at home as much.
No. And we are on the podcast. We always tell people, like, if it's playing in your theater, go see it.
Go see it. Have to
it's
go somewhere.
always the way.
Yeah. And I'm a streamer. Look at that. It's weird. Have your life narrated. Speaking of Morgan Freeman, have your life narrated by Morgan Freeman or by Samuel L. Jackson.
Mine would be Samuel L.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. It's just it's punchier.
Yeah. I always love the Go to Fuck to Sleep. Like, it's my favorite audiobook.
Yeah.
Because I've been having to, read a lot of kids' books lately, but that's one of my favorites, Go to Fuck to Sleep.
And I think anytime we would need to narrate anything my dad ever said, it's more Samuel L. coded than it would ever be Morgan Freeman.
All right, you're directing.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, you've heard that before. But you're directing this. Dreamcast, but it's a terrible script.
Okay.
Or unknown actors with a brilliant script.
Wow. That's a super hard question.
Thank you.
That's tough. Wow.
Makes it difficult as a director, huh?
That's Sophie's choice. Oh my God. I would probably have to go with the Dreamcast because we could figure it out.
Yeah.
The only unknown actors can bring you some brilliance, especially with a great script. But if they don't know how to translate the stuff, that could be a problem. And then you're breaking everybody's heart because, damn it, we're trying, but we can't get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have to go Dreamcast. We'll figure it out.
Win Cannes or win Sundance? It's one of my favorite questions to ask directors.
I'm gonna win Cannes. Let's go. Let's do it.
Gotta go.
Let's go.
Make it happen.
No shade to Sundance.
No.
Who has turned me down multiple times like that. Yeah, I've never gotten a rejection letter faster.
That's why you go to Slam Dance. we had one of the co-founders, Dan Mervish, in the previous episode that co-founded Slam Dance. And that's how that came about. Like, hey, they got rejected by Sundance. They started Slam
Come
Dance.
to Slam Dance. When I hit send on that email, I thought I hit Mailer Damon because it came back
right
so
back.
fast. Nope. I was like, whoa, okay. It was like 3 hours later. They were like, no.
And
you're not. No.
This is the thing, though. Sometimes I feel like they've already programmed everything.
Yes.
But they still accept submissions.
Yes.
And that is
it's shady.
So rude.
It's shady. I learned a little bit about that with South by because my last film, Don't Do It, I submitted to South by, and then they were very kind, and they were like, "Hey, no thanks, we appreciate it, but come out anyway. Here's a discount code. Come on out." I came out, and I realized I was playing in a whole different pond.
Yep.
I didn't know that. I was very naive when I submitted it, and I was like, "Oh, this short film was produced by Netflix. This short film was produced by Will Ferrell."
Yep.
I was like, "Oh, I don't get to play in these ponds yet. Got it. Understood.
No.
Now I know.
Totally different
I save my
playgrounds.
money now."
Yep. Success from a single breakout film or steady career with smaller projects?
Another very tricky question.
It is.
Because what am I really after? And I think what I'm after is the fulfillment. So my favorite director is Kelly Reichardt, and I annoy everybody by saying that, but it's true. And I just look at her catalog and I go, I wish I had a catalog like that. And it's not, she's not breaking the box offices. Directors and actors alike respect the hell out of her, but she's never breaking out in that big way. But look at the catalog. Look at Jonathan Glazer. He makes whatever the hell he wants to make, and every time he makes it, everybody goes, "That was the best thing I ever saw," and they don't break the box office or nothing. Like, I want that.
Let's
career.
take it from an actor's perspective or an actress. Dee Wallace.
Mm-hmm.
Dee Wallace was an AT. Pretty much changed the landscape. Like, I mean, at least from a film standpoint, it's an incredible film.
Mm-hmm.
She also does. Let me look at her catalog. She does so many films, so many indie projects, especially because she just loves. Like, I had a friend of mine who was working on a set with her recently, and he's a Check the Gate. Have you ever seen him?
I know. Why do I know that? Check the Gate.
It's his handle on TikTok. And,
Okay,
yeah, so
there it is.
Yeah, really, really nice guy. And so, but he was on set and telling me about she's just so passionate about being an actress.
Yeah.
Didn't matter. There's this little indie. She's just like, hey, I'm excited to be here. What do I get to do now? Like,
Yeah.
And you look at her, you go to her IMDb page, because I went to it and I was like, oh my gosh,
250.
it was so
Yeah.
many. And that just shows she loves being an actress.
If I was to have my druthers, I'd actually rather have a successful career as a TV director, only because I love being on set.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing I'm really into. Like, it's tough to foster something from pre-pro all the way through, like a movie that's all yours. But like an established television show, it's like we have a shooting style. It's already set. You come in, play the game with us, play with us on set. Love that.
Yeah.
You know, for making money, that would be awesome. For making films, I want to be with my friends. We want to have fun and laugh and have a really crappy little rap party at a motel where the fireworks damaged the sign. Don't ask me where that anecdote came from.
Pizza, not tacos.
With some pizza, with some beers.
Yeah.
That's what all those smaller, interesting films, like you develop like a little family like that. I love that stuff.
Last question: directing or writing?
Directing. Holy
You're director Patrick, of course.
I know, and I please, someone write my stuff. Please write my stuff. I'm tired of writing stuff, and I don't know why people keep asking me to write things. It's a mistake. Don't do it. Someone write my stuff.
Yeah. Was that fun?
It was a blast.
That's great. It's
Thank
a lot
you.
of fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
And depending on where director Patrick is going next to shoot his next film, make sure to go to coastlinetravel.com to get that plane, get that car, get that hotel, or the little motel. They don't do motels. It's a luxury travel agency.
That's okay. I could have used them for my rental car. I wish I would have known beforehand.
They would have helped you out. So go to coastlinetravel.com and they take care of all your travel needs.
Shout out Coastline.
Coastline. And with that, we're actually going to finally take a break, a quick little break, and we'll be right back.
Being a small business is hard, and that's why each episode we shout out a different small business, and they have no idea we are doing it. Today's small business shout out goes to Prism Lens FX. If you're a filmmaker, photographer, or content creator looking to add some jaw-dropping visuals to your work, Prism Lens FX has you covered. They design high-quality prism filters and lens effects that can transform your shots with stunning light flares, dreamy refractions, and those cinematic vibes we all love. Whether you're shooting a music video, a short film, or just leveling up your creative content, Prism Lens FX gives you the tools to push your visuals to the next level. It's like adding movie magic straight to your camera bag. Go check them out at prismlensfx.com and support a small business that's helping creators see the world through a whole new lens. And with that, let's get back to the episode.
All right, so we are back with Mr. Patrick Guera, Director Patrick, and I gave you a single task before we came onto this podcast. Go on to Mometu and look through our over 10,000 titles and find a single movie that you and I could watch. So there's more for me and you to watch. And you picked Cold Sweat.
I did.
Cold Sweat with Mr. Charles Bronson.
That's right.
Why did you pick Cold Sweat? And every movie on Mometu, I love every single film they have. But you went back to 1970.
I did.
You took it back 55 years.
I had to.
If my math is right, because I'm just terrible at math. But
Yes.
Cold Sweat.
Well, I wanted first. I saw 1970 and I saw Charles Bronson, and I said, "Let's do this."
Yeah.
Because growing up, and I'll keep it as short as I can, but basically, growing up, we talked about blockbuster movies and all that stuff. Hugely influential. But it wasn't until I started watching movies from the American New Wave from the late 60s, 70s, and early 80s that I realized film could show you the world in a real way. And Charles Bronson was a big part of that. Charles Bronson he was just notorious for the Death Wish movies when I was growing up. And so these were things my dad would sit down and watch, and I should not have been watching, but I was alongside
I
him.
watched a fair amount of movies that I should not have watched.
Definitely.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
And so when I saw 1970, Charles Bronson, I said, whatever this is, I want to know about it. And it was not quite what I thought. I thought I was going to get into some real gritty. I saw the word cartel. I was like, oh, we're getting into some real gritty shit here. And it turned into sort of this bright, sort of Amalfi Coast, like swinging late 60s kind of thriller.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. I thought we were going to get ourselves a real nitty gritty thing. It's like we got a French thriller is what we got. And I was like, oh, this is totally different than what I thought I was getting into.
Yeah, it was definitely unique. I did not. Yeah, you like that word?
Yeah.
I did not know what we were getting into, first of all.
Neither me.
Because I don't know if you know this. I've never seen a Charles Bronson movie before.
All right.
So I'll be completely honest about that. But so I didn't know. I've heard his name.
Yes.
He's iconic.
He is.
And I just had never seen a film. So I was like, I'm excited to watch this.
I apologize for giving you your first experience with a Charles Bronson film.
No, it was. I actually enjoyed it for what it was.
Me too.
It was a fun film. I love the relationships. Even just like how there's a backstory with like kind of talked with the mafia and such. And this is kind of a spoiler free review, so I don't want to get too deep into the story. But I actually kind of enjoyed it. Like it was a fun watch to go back to like a film that's 50 years old. And to see what they were doing back then, especially what they were doing back then in France.
Yes.
It takes place in France. So, like, I'm sure the crew was probably French.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting kind of into French cinema. It actually lists in our metadata that it's France.
Mm-hmm.
It's even though it's kind of an American movie, but then you have actually French credits.
The credits are in French.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, is this a French movie? Did he speak French? Like I was like, oh, here we go. What
He said a few words.
A couple.
Yeah, there's a couple there, and then
couple.
the little subtitles here and there. But I mean, it was like an Americanized European movie because there was French, there was the wife is German.
Yeah.
You got the one guy, what was his name? Katanga.
Yeah,
He was like Italian.
I thought he was
maybe.
German or
Like,
Swiss.
I don't know. Like
No one knows.
yeah, but then you have the Americans that are in the film, and so because I wasn't going to get into the characters yet, but I mean we could talk about it in a second. But so diverse,
Yes.
so eclectic, but it was fun. Like I just enjoyed it because it was so different than what I normally watch.
It did scratch one itch for me, which was this nostalgia for my childhood. Because again, my dad loved watching that stuff. But then I realized, I was like, man, like the whole setup of this movie is like him and his wife, and like there's some trouble in my past.
Yeah.
And they live in this humble little house, in France. And I was like, this is just a Saturday night at my Uncle Ralph's house. Like it was so familiar.
Yeah.
Like it was really how the people I grew up around, how the adults I grew up around talked, how they acted, how they kept their homes. Yeah. All of that was so familiar to me. So it was like it was taking a little bit of a look into the past. And it was even the way they talk. I'm like, yeah, that's how my uncles talked when they had a couple cores in them. Like that's how they sounded. Like everything about it felt authentic, but just to some other time.
For sure. It's so funny how like the littlest things can bring back so many good memories.
Yeah.
Like even when I set this podcast studio up, like it seems weird, but every time I put these arms up, I think of Short Circuit
Yes.
because it just looks like Johnny Five.
Yes.
I don't know. It's just a little memory that I get. You like that?
I love Short Circuit.
Isn't it so good?
I'm a Short Circuit 2 guy. Okay.
Don't you want to be a pepper too? So good. Back to Cold Sweat. Pacing.
Yes.
Very important as a director.
Yes.
How was the pacing of the film for you?
I didn't.
Hour and 37 minutes long.
You could kind of feel it in the middle, and I think an average movie that happens anyway.
Yeah.
An average movies, you start to kind of feel it, and you go, "Where is this going? Where's this going?" And especially with the 70s, the sensibilities are different. You take time to sit and talk. There's not a lot of camera tricks. So it's about what's happening. It's just about what's happening with the people. So you got to be more patient with those. And I immediately give movies from a different time more grace in that respect. So I was like, okay, there's going to be a lot more talking about what happened rather than showing what happened. And that's fine. You know, that's how they were making those movies. And that's how they develop their intrigue and their thrills and their mystery through that and through cryptic language. And what did you mean by that? And what was that all about? Why won't you tell me what was happening, Frank? And that acting style too. That's a little more heightened, and because it's a throwback to another time. So I think where it lacked in pacing, it made up for in sort of just vibes.
Yeah.
Like 70s vibes that you can't that I ultimately landed on with this. I was like, yeah, that's kind of what I was looking for, and I got it.
It's funny you bring up the middle because I got to a point when I was watching it and I was like, oh, I wonder how much time's left in the film. Like, because I was like,
That's
because
a bad
I'm
sign.
watching and I'm also like writing down questions
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So I'm doing other stuff than just watching a film. And,
Yeah.
And so, and I'm like researching stuff and I'm like, you know, what are the movies of Charles Bronson in? Like, how stuff's going on, whatever. And so I got to the point, I was like, how much time's left in this like thing? And it was only 45 minutes in.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, we've just started.
We're not even halfway through. Like, I was like, all right, there's got to be a lot more action coming.
Right.
And I was right. But it was
Yeah.
just like, there's nothing climactic has happened yet.
No.
And I was just like, I wanted it. I
Yeah.
wanted something. And luckily the end of the film, like the latter third, I would say,
Oh yeah.
really gave me what I wanted out of a Charles Bronson movie, or what I've heard of being a Charles Bronson film, right? So
Yes.
it finally gave me what I was itching for from
Yeah.
the beginning. Because the beginning, again, yeah, it was very, I don't know, touristy. Like
Yeah.
you get that the older man and the little girl who doing the boat tour because
Right.
they want to go fishing or whatever it is. Like I couldn't even figure out what they were doing. And all of a sudden they go to like get on the boat later and they're like waiting and he's like, get another boat. It's just like,
Yeah.
what? Like it's such a random part to add into that story
But-
that didn't need to really be there, or they could have developed a bit more. I don't know.
But man, all that randomness like reminded me of life growing up. Like my folks would say some random ass shit, and you're like, what? What is happening? Like, and that is a very like, what is happening kind of
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
going on with that movie.
So Charles Bronson, his performance,
Yes.
you didn't get what you wanted really, but how was it in this film for you?
It was what I was looking for from Charles Bronson.
Okay.
It was like Charles Bronson was in this movie. This movie was something like, this was like a Cool Hand Luke. This was like, it was supposed to star some like, you know, kind of pencil necked like English guy is what this movie was supposed to star. Instead, it's Charles fucking Bronson.
Yeah.
And so he sticks out like a sore thumb. He's kind of wiry, and he's like, his face is like 30 years older than his actual age.
It's like Jean-Claude Van Damme in a movie sometimes. It just didn't fit, but
Yeah.
it's okay. It's
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
And it's like, how do you get this very nice and soft and gentle wife, you know, looking and acting the way you act? I mean, he's a roughneck. He's gritty. And that's what I was looking for. I was hoping the whole movie was going to be gritty.
Yeah.
And it's really just Charles Bronson's gritty, because even the bad guys in the movie, they're not that gritty.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's a mixture of bad guys. So I have a couple names written down, but one of them really stood out to me was James Mason.
Me too.
And so James Mason, if you don't know who that is, he's an iconic actor.
Yeah.
But one of the things he's most known for is A Star Is Born.
That's right.
With Judy Garland.
Yep.
And most people don't know that A Star Is Born, for what we know it as, is a remake.
Yeah.
It's not even a remake. It is a remake, but it's a new version, a retelling of it, because it fits today's world, like an artist, like a singer songwriter artist versus a Broadway singer,
Right.
And so, but James Mason's iconic. To see him play kind of the bad guy in this was really different,
and acting the shit out of it too.
He did an incredible job.
He was just sitting there bleeding out. I don't want to spoil what's going on, but it's just like. And I was like, nobody acts like that anymore.
And the makeup,
he's getting paler and paler, and certain parts of him are getting red, and other parts are getting blue, and you're just like, and it's makeup. It's like clearly makeup, and but he's selling it. And I was like, man, that's just that alone. That's funny you mentioned that because I put it in my notes too. I go, James Mason is carrying this movie across the finish line.
Oh, for sure.
With his acting where it's like, I'm bleeding out. I was like, man, why don't people act that way anymore? Everything is so literal now, all realistic. And I was like, what if somebody made a movie where people acted like that? Like the characters properly acted that way. Like now I want to play with that.
Well, I do know a director.
Do you?
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't write.
His name is Patrick.
Oh, no.
He hates writing.
Yeah, he does.
He wants other people to write.
Someone else write this. You're out there. You're out there and you love 1960s mid-Atlantic accents, so let's do it.
So we also have Liv Ullmann from Face to Face. That's what she's most known for. And then Jill Ireland, who most people know as Layla Caldoni from Star Trek. So she's the only lover of Spock.
No shit. Can we cut us? I've been cussing all over this podcast.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even ask.
Just don't celebrate it,
Yeah, sure.
like in old school, Talk shit, balls. You're not gonna celebrate, Frank. But Jill's in a ton of Charles Bronson films. That's what she's most really known for. But it is kind of cool that she's in as Layla Caldoni. Kind of a cool fact. I'm not a Trekkie.
I'm not either.
If you're a Trekkie, it's kind of a fun fact.
Congratulations, Trekkers.
Yeah.
You did it.
The Trekkers, we trekked you along.
She's in this.
What stood out to you visually? Because that's where I know your eye is also going.
The simplicity of the camera and how it was still effective. Now the French, this should go without saying, and the director's English, so it's kind of different. It's a French crew, English director.
What's funny is I didn't even write down who the director was.
he did like 3 Bond movies, and they're Dr. No and a couple other ones. They're known Bond movies, but it was like just going. We're putting the camera here and letting the action play out. We may follow it, we may track it, we may not. And I was like, and it made me think about Oppenheimer recently because they did the same thing. They shirked all the cool cranes and all that stuff, and they went, it's a dolly or it's on sticks or it's handheld. And that's this movie, dolly sticks handheld.
Yep.
Super simple.
Very simple. Move around France very easily.
Yes.
No crazy setups, obviously going up the hill and all that stuff. Because if you think of all that car chasing stuff, you got to bring all your cameras with you too.
I've done a lot of car to car.
Yep.
I've done a lot of automotive. It's hard. And back then it was even harder. There was less tools.
Yeah.
And the cameras were bigger, and you're loading film it's way harder. So simpler the better. And so I was appreciative of them. I was like, nope, we're putting the camera low to the asphalt, and he's gonna blow by, and we're gonna feel it. And Carl, Carl, whoever's on the camera at the time, you're gonna move just a little bit as he goes.
Carl.
I don't know French names.
Sorry, that's just so funny.
I've been to that part of France too. Nice. They were over in Nice.
Well, so they filmed it in an area in the south of France.
Yeah.
Not Nice, but
near there.
The main, all the outside stuff was near. It's near there.
Yeah.
Car Day something. But then all the studio stuff that they filmed was in Nice. In the Nice studios.
There you go.
So inside of the cabin and inside of the house and all that stuff. That was all in a set inside of Nice.
Okay,
really
great.
Cool.
Yeah. But it was interesting to see that because I was like, Because the French always teach me that I don't know shit about filmmaking. Like, they always blow my mind.
Oh, they teach you don't know shit about anything.
Yeah,
So
truly. But I mean, when it comes to film, it's like they make bad films better than everybody else.
Yeah,
like
I think it depends on what part of France you're into. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're in Nice or Cannes, like they're actually really nice. I've been to Paris too, and the Parisians are not as nice. So
yeah, but damn, can they make movies?
yeah,
And so, you know, combine that with like an English director and his sensibilities and all that stuff. I was like, it inspired me because I was like, oh, I always think about making tricks. I just saw Weapons. Weapons has a lot of visual tricks. Nothing wrong with that. But it was like, how can you tell the story simply? You ain't got a budget? Okay, cool. But look at they made a whole damn movie with Charles Bronson in it without all the good stuff, without all the tricks.
You know,
So
kind
you
of
can make something.
a fun test would be to get 3 different directors, crews, actors.
Mm-hmm.
Give one a big budget.
Mm-hmm.
Give one like a, middle of the road, maybe $1 to $3 million budget.
Yeah.
And then give another crew like an under $300,000 budget, like
Yes.
a ultra low budget.
Yeah.
Have them make the same film. Don't tell them all the other ones are being made,
Yeah.
and then have them come out
Yeah.
all at the same time and
Yeah.
just see what comes out. I would love that. Like how to see the difference, how the different things are interpreted, going from like maybe 1 or 2 sets because that's all you have the money for,
Yeah.
to like someone doing like crazy CGI or whatever, like
Yeah.
aerial tricks and drones, and I don't know. It'd just be kind of fun to see the differences.
I've had a very similar fantasy in my head. Take the 3 top grossing directors of the year, and the next year they have to make a micro budget film in under a month, start to finish.
I love that.
And then start to finish, micro budget, like cannot go over budget. Go out and make the thing.
Yeah, that'd be incredible.
I would love to see. I just want to call up Jim and Cameron because I can call him up. Jimmy,
Hey, Jimmy.
I want to see you. I know you're busy with
guy.
Avatar 10. Just do this. Like, do this and show people what's up. Like,
Yeah.
I know you're a hands-on filmmaker, so go do it.
100%. Because I want to know, like, can you do what you did when you first started?
Yes.
And I'm sure they can. Like,
Yeah.
but I would love to see it.
I want to see it.
I'm with you on that.
And that was my overall vibe of this movie. I was like, damn, I could go make this movie right now. It wasn't like lit particularly beautifully. They took advantage of the landscapes, which is smart to do. Their cinematographer was smart with that respect. And then they just told the story they were telling. I mean, straightforward. It's as straight as it can go. It's A to B.
Yep.
And I'm like, why do you keep overthinking this, Patrick?
For sure.
Every day you wake up and overthink this damn thing.
Who do you think's going to enjoy this film?
Nostalgia junkies, especially people who love stuff from the 60s. If you're way into the 60s, swing in the 60s specifically, you will like this film. I think it's got a broad appeal. Like some people are like, I don't like thrillers. I don't like violence. It's like, you can handle this.
Oh, for
this
sure.
is
Yeah, it was light.
It
was light.
It's not what I thought I was getting into. I thought I was getting into a much heavier movie.
For sure.
And I'm just like, if you love stuff from that era, from the swinging 60s, then you should check this out.
Definitely. Last question before I let you go.
Please.
This is not related to the film. It's related to Mometu. I would love to hear your thoughts as being just a cinephile, being a director, obviously being just exposed in the whole world of cinema. What are your thoughts on Mometu?
I love it. I think it's great. First and foremost, when you can give people a free streaming service, that's everything. A lot of times we will not review a movie that people can't just go stream. Obviously, there's big streamers that pretty much everybody has. But if it's like, oh, it's behind a paywall, I don't want to do that to people. I want them to be able to go see stuff. So the fact that you guys went, we're going to do ad-based. I'm spending more time on ad-based streamers than ever before because it's worth it. And I love the old catalogs. Like, look, I was never going to see this movie. I was never going to see it.
Yeah.
But you had it there. And I was like, hell yeah, an old Charles Bronson movie? Let's put it on and see what happens. I love that. We're not going to mention those other streamers.
It's all good.
But they're out there, the big ones, the big players in the industry.
We actually respect them. We enjoy them. And
Yeah.
we're big fans because they help our industry also thrive, because got to need advertisers to understand free streaming, and you can't do that with all a bunch of small streamers. So yeah, no, shout out to all of them.
But I guarantee you, everybody who listens to this, when they go to their big streamer, they go to the old faithful stuff. They go and rewatch their favorite TV show. They go and rewatch their favorite movie. That's what they do on the big streamers.
Yeah.
But when they go on the smaller ad-based streamers that are free, they're discovering things for the first time.
Yep.
And so it was so easy to use. I opened it up and I knew what I was doing right away. And it was easy to find categories right away. And I go, this is what I'm talking about. Easy layout. It's all free. Watch a couple ads, no big deal.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
Appreciate that. No, it means the world, and that's what we're trying to do. We're working really hard every single day, and shout out to our director of operations, Charles, for curating all our content, because that's something we do. We actually don't use algorithms at all.
Oh, that's great.
All of our content is presented by hand. So if we want to present a film that is completely underserved and super low budget and whatever, but we want to showcase it and then hit those guys up and be like, hey, just a heads up, your film is going to be up for the next few days in pole position.
Wow. That's great.
We can do that because we do it by hand and we don't let an algorithm dictate what we're doing. So
thank goodness somebody's doing that.
Trying to.
My God. They want me to make movies based on the algorithms now. I'm like, come on.
So true. But director Patrick Guera,
Brian.
now that I get to call you by your full name, which
You
is
may.
great. But I'd still probably call you Director Patrick just for fun, especially in public. Like, it's Director Patrick, guys.
I compared to Director Bong, right? I'm like, oh, this is cool. Now I'm Korean.
Hey, are you producer Patrick? But no, thank you for coming up to the podcast studio, jumping in here, talking about just your life, talking about the movie Cold Sweat, and obviously just having fun with this or that.
It was a pleasure. Thank you
Awesome.
for having me.
Absolutely. And we'll have you back again. Thanks for spending your time with us today on the More For Me and You podcast. If you've made it to the end, we appreciate you. Now, go do us a quick favor. Please like, comment, and share this episode. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode with the incredible guests we have coming up. You can also follow us at Mometu Podcast on Instagram and on TikTok. Oh, and for your next movie night, check out the Mometu app. It's free and packed with amazing movies and shows you've probably never seen. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you in the pod.